we forget how powerful we are. We have all been created to manifest, to create miracles, and to focus on our good. However, life can get us down. Our past can get us down. We can get stuck believing that we're not good enough, that we're not loved, that we don't have these abilities. So in this video, what I want to teach you is how to manifest miracles. Now, I will tell you this, that before I had my dear friend Joanne Butler share this prayer with me, I didn't even think about creating a miracle for myself. I didn't even have it in my consciousness. But what I will tell you is way back when, I think it was 2010, Joanne stood in front of me and she said, put her hands out like this, and she said, I know that miracles happen every day, and I expect my miracle today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. And then when the miracle happens, what are we supposed to do? Hide it under a bushel? No, we're supposed to tell people about the miracle we experienced. Why? It is an expression of gratitude. Sharing the fact that you've received a miracle gives hope to other people. And we are meant to teach what we've learned. So this prayer is very powerful. Now, what can get in the way of you not being able to experience or create a miracle? Well, it could be, I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I just don't have this ability. So one of the things that needs to happen is that we need to believe that it is possible. So how do we start believing if we have all these undermining stories or beliefs that it's not possible? We have to push them aside and we have to say, this is what I find easy, that's not part of my reality. I believe that it is possible. I believe that I can create miracles. And I will tell you a couple of stories. I have created multiple miracles in my life. Two that I have talked about incessantly because they're so powerful. One, I was in Oxnard. I took my dogs to the beach after dropping someone at the airport. And Oxnard Beach is very long. It's vast. It goes on for miles. I set my flip-flops and my car key down on the beach. Now, whatever, don't judge me. I set them down and then I proceeded to walk down the beach with my dogs. I did not anticipate walking quite so far. What I found after walking 1 or 2 miles down the beach was that the tides started to come in. And then all of a sudden I went, oh, my key. So I ran back to the spot where I had left my car key and my flip-flops. And my flip-flops were floating in the water. And I was like, oh my goodness. And my key was nowhere to be found. So what did I do? I prayed the prayer. I did the baby Jesus lost and found. Please bring my car key back around. Now, I've been criticized for hurting or harming or disrespecting Jesus, but let me tell you, Jesus is not the least bit offended when we use his name to create a miracle. Jesus was at one time a baby, and don't we celebrate the birth of Jesus every Christmas? Even though he wasn't born at that time of year, he was born in the summertime, because the star that was shining in the sky was not present in December. So, there's some things that we've been told that aren't true, but we'll set those things aside. Jesus did create miracles. Jesus did create miracles for a lot of people, for the masses. He turned water into wine. He made loaves and fishes that were just 5 into feeding the multitudes. Why? Because he believed that he had the ability to do so. So this is where we have to get to. We have to get to this place of believing it's possible. So when we believe that things are possible, we're having faith in the Creator within, the Creator outside of us, the Creator that is omniscient, omnipotent, and is everywhere. And we have access to this power. Yes, it is a mighty power, but what I will tell you is you can create perfect health, believing that it is possible. You can create miracles when you believe that it is possible. So it has been written, right, that if we believe, we will have it. If you believe, you will have it. Now, I found my key within 5 minutes. I might have had no way to get home. I knew I had to have my key. There was no other way to get home. I was too far away from anyone that could come pick me up. So I had the absolute faith. I kept seeing the key in my hand. And sure enough, within 5 minutes, I found my car key. Now, I have created other miracles in my life. The other miracle I created was, and of course, this is all with God's help, of course. I'm not saying that I'm doing all these things alone, that God and I are one, God and I are one, God and I are one. And when we embody that belief, God and I are one, we work together to co-create. So perhaps saying that before you manifest your miracle could help you as well. I would love to hear what your thoughts and beliefs are about creating miracles. I'd like to hear, what miracles have you seen in your life? Now, I will tell you, I get guidance. I got guidance when I was living in Rosamond, California, in the desert. I got guidance to take my daughter out to brunch. And miraculously, as we exited the restaurant, there was a little puppy, little black Yoda dog, walking down that sandy lane. And I just heard in my head, pick him up. So I told my daughter, Ariel, pick him up. And then she went to the apartment building next door and stood at their open door, and they just said, take him, take him. And so that's how we got Yoda. That was 12 years ago. 6 months later, I heard in my head, go to the place you were on Wednesday. And I was like, I don't remember where I was on Wednesday. And my guides went, go straight down this lane and turn left at the first exit, the first lane. It was a sandy lane. I parked my car in the desert, and all the trails there were sand. And so when I went to the place that they directed me to and turned left, there was a little box, little red wine box. And as I walked, I had Karma and Yoda at the time, 2 dogs, and we walked along and I was talking to them. So then next thing you know, I guess the kittens that were thrown in that box and dumped in the desert heard my voice, and I heard mew, mew, mew. 4 little kittens somebody had dumped in the desert. Had I not been there in that day, in that morning, they wouldn't have made it through the day, because the desert is a hot place and kittens need to eat 3-4 times a day, if not more. And so those are the 4 kittens. There is another video, and I will put the link in the description so that you can watch that video of how I had these 4 little kittens. Now I still have one. McGillicuddy is the last of the 4. I gave 2 away, and Osiris didn't come home one night. So sadly, beautiful kitty. So as we learn to love ourselves and believe in ourselves and trust ourselves, we find joy just living in the moment. We find that yes, we can create miracles, that what we believe is what we receive. So if your beliefs are not supportive, this is where I can come in. I can help you overcome the beliefs that are not supporting you, the beliefs that are causing you to stay stuck, to stay in suffering, to stay in misery. I help my clients quiet their minds, become self-realized and enlightened. Self-realization and enlightenment are the same. And since 2012, when I became self-realized and enlightened, I've not told a lie, and I've not felt lost or lonely since that time. And what I will tell you is that I had an opportunity to leave the planet. I will do another video on that one. It's a different story. But I am a bodhisattva. I am here to help you become awakened. I'm here to help you end suffering. So if you'd like to work with me and you have the resources to do so, I would love to work with you. I can help you overcome the stuckness, the anxiety, the depression, like I did. I overcame all of those things. Fibromyalgia, Epstein-Barr, a very traumatic past in my childhood, to the place of living in joy every day. And this could be your life as well. So I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. I would love to hear from you. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It helps me tremendously. And sending you lots of love today. Remember, what you believe, you receive. If you have the faith that it is so, it will be created. I know that miracles happen every day. And I expect my miracle today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Much love to you. I hope this helped. Let me know. What did you think?